Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's not just fascinating, but also incredibly relevant in our globalized world immigration and the experiences people face when trying to enter the United States. You know, it's like a rite of passage for many, and the stories that come out of it are just wild. So, let's get into it.
Yeah, that sounds super interesting. I mean, what's the first thing that people usually say when they're trying to get into the U.S.?
Great question. So, when people approach the immigration counter, the first thing they often hear is, what is the purpose of your visit to the USA? It's like a gatekeeper question, right? It sets the tone for the entire interaction.
Oh wow, that's kind of intense. What if someone just wants to go for a vacation? Do they have to justify that?
Absolutely! If someone says they're visiting for tourism, the officer might follow up with questions about where they'll be staying. Imagine someone saying, "Oh, I'm staying at a multi-million-dollar mansion." It's like, whoa, that raises eyebrows.
Haha, right? I mean, who even has a mansion to stay in? That's like something out of a movie.
Exactly. And then there's the classic question about finances. They'll ask, how much is your trip going to cost? It's like a financial interrogation. But it's crucial because they want to ensure that visitors can support themselves while in the country.
I get that. But what if someone just has a friend or family member covering their costs?
Good point. If they have a letter of invitation from someone in the US, that can really help. It's like having a golden ticket. It shows that they have support and a reason to return home.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just about the money, but also about connections.
Exactly. It's all about the ties that bind. For instance, if someone says they're visiting family, it adds a layer of credibility. But if they're vague about their plans, that's when the red flags go up.
Wow, I can see how that would be nerve-wracking. What if someone just wants to go shopping?
Haha, right? You'd be surprised. Some people do come just for shopping and they'll say, "Oh, I'm here to spend my money." It's almost like a badge of honor. But then they have to explain where they'll be staying, and if it's a huge mansion, you can bet the officer will be curious about who owns it.
Oh man, that's wild. I can just imagine the officer's face really? A mansion?
Exactly. And then there's the question about their job. If someone says they're coming to work like a Chinese chef, it's a whole different ballgame. They'll want to know what kind of work and for how long.
So it's like they're trying to piece together a puzzle?
Yes. And if someone mentions they're bringing something to declare, like unknown dangerous substances, well, that's a one-way ticket out of the line.
Haha. Oh no. That sounds like a plot twist in a movie.
Right? It's like a comedy of errors sometimes. But in all seriousness, these interactions can be stressful and the stakes are high.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. It's like a real-life game show, but with way more pressure.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to be prepared and know what to expect. It's all about navigating the system and understanding the questions that will come your way.
So what's the best advice for someone going through this process?
Well, I'd say be honest, be clear about your intentions, and have all your documents ready. It's like going into a job interview. Confidence is key.
Oh, I love that analogy. It's like you're auditioning for a role in the land of opportunity.
Exactly. And remember, every story is unique, and that's what makes this whole process so fascinating.
Wow, I can't wait to hear more stories. This is so engaging.